Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to MWPR Development Productivity at Work. So, we have been talking in the past few weeks about Microsoft Word, and today we're gonna start talking about Excel. So, Microsoft Word, it was really good. A lot of people they feel very comfortable working with Microsoft Word. Overall, however, there was some really good tips that we were able to share on our event. But today we're going to talk about Excel. So, and what we're going to do, we're going to create a contact list in Excel. And normally we were creating new files every time. So now we're going to create one file and we're going to start developing the same file using some other tools that we have available. So for that, let's get ready to jump into our screen on Excel. So gonna go ahead and start with Excel. And like I said, this time we're gonna just create one file, and probably for the next few weeks we might be working on the same file, just doing some improvements here and there. So that will be part of what we're gonna be working on. Okay, so let's get it started. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna create a contact list. So, a lot of people they have done contact lists before. So, but we're gonna just go ahead and one. So let me go ahead and open this. At the same time, I usually close everything whenever I am working with a live video, just to make sure I'm not overloading my system. All right, so here it is. Whenever we work with this, the first thing we're gonna do is we want to make sure we have the name of the person. All right, so I'm not gonna put a full name. I'm just gonna go ahead and put maybe the first name um, and last name. There we go. Then gonna maybe go with the phone number and email. You know what? I'm not gonna go with the email today. Let's just focus on this three. Okay. So we got first name. Whoop, I'm missing name here. So let me go ahead and add that there. Perfect. First name. Now we're good. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. So we are setting up the basically the head of the table. So the head row of the table. So then that way we know that this column will be for the phone. The column B will be for the name, and the column A will be for column A first name, column B last name, column C for phone. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna select that, and we're also going to select the row below. So we want to make sure we have these two rows, and this is why. Now we're gonna create a table. So when we talk about data, we want to make sure, just to make it easy to reference to it, we're gonna create a table. So we're gonna select insert and the table, and also we can do Control T. So there are really different ways to get this done. I'm just gonna go this traditional way. Now in here, so you can see, it's asking me what's the data. So I have already selected that, and it's in here. It says my table has headers. Okay, so if I leave it the way it is without selecting my table has headers, then that means that is going to create another row on top to make that row the header. In this case, I'm going to select my header. My table has a header, so then that way it will recognize that the first row is a header. I'm going to go ahead and recognize it, and there we go. So now we have a table there. And there are just a few more things we want to do here, just to make sure that we want to that we get the data we have. So usually we have seen the phone numbers being formatted in different ways, right? We can see people that will just do this, and then, right, and technically it is valid. You can do it, but we want to have a uniform way to have this. So for that, we have to set up a format for that specific cell. Okay. So how we're gonna do it is we're gonna go. Let me make sure it's not here in data. Actually, I can just right click here. I just don't remember exactly where that is at, so I have to find it. I'm just gonna go ahead and right click, and then I'm gonna go here where it says format cell. So this happens with the time where, I might lose or might forget about things at the moment, and this is why it's very important to know several ways to do it. So in here, the good thing about Excel is that they have already a lot of formats for the most common type of data. So I can come in here, and then we have already that phone number format here. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that. Okay. Later, in a future video, I'm gonna talk about how to create your own format. But as of now, I'm just gonna stay with this. So we're gonna go ahead and select phone number, and I'm gonna hit OK. And then what that should do is basically, if I go ahead and add the phone number 6543, awesome. So now all I have to do is just type in numbers. I don't have to deal with the dash or those parentheses. Just type in numbers. It'll take care of the rest. So if I go in here and then John Doe, and then that's the phone number for John Doe. And let's say I have Bob, maybe Bob Roberts, and basically Robert Roberts. It won't matter. These are just fictitious names, and I can just go ahead and select 7754321. I'm just making it up. So as you see there, I did not include an area code, so it'll not go. So I will put 952 as an area code, and then there we go. It'll format it automatically, so I don't have to really mess a lot with it. Now, there's another thing we want to make sure that happens here, right? And that is that we want to make sure that the people, just like it happened to me, where I forgot to, and that was not an intentional mistake. I literally did forget to put the area code, or just miscounted. So yeah, that could happen. Now we want to make sure that we can have data validations just in case this happens again. And why we want to do it? Because we want to make sure our information is consistent all across the board. So that being said, I'm gonna just go ahead and select this right here, and then I'm right in already in the right tab. I'm gonna go here on data, And then on data, this right here, it's data validation. So I'm gonna now create a rule just to make sure that the input has to be a valid input and it has to comply with the format of it. So we're gonna select data validation, and in here, I mean, I can just keep that where it says any value, but what I'm gonna do in here, I can go to custom and just make up my own way and make it up my own. But I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna just go to whole number, right? And then the phone numbers, we will not see a one as an area code. So usually the area codes start with a two. So that first set of three numbers, gonna make sure it starts with 200. All right. So that's the minimum. It cannot be 199 and then the phone number, because I mean, we've never seen that, and that's not a that's well, not that we have never seen that, is that is not a valid area code. So, and then second thing is that usually the other set of three numbers, we never see the one at the beginning. So we're gonna set up that as two as well. So we want to make sure that the first two sets of numbers starts with 200, and then the other four, then they are all zeros. That's fine there. All right, and then we have seen numbers with 9 area code. So I'm gonna just, because I know that the area codes are numbered that are still being created. So all the area codes that already exist, then those area codes, it doesn't mean that if it does not exist, it cannot happen. It may happen. So we see pretty often new area codes to come up. I've seen that quite often. So, and then we have seen the other set of numbers also with all nines, and then 9999, and that's how. So basically, what we're doing here is that we're saying, hey, whatever information you put in here, it has to be between 200, 200, 0000, and 999, 999, 9999, right? So that's what we are instructing here. And of course, we want to make sure that the person who enters the information gets an alert. So we're going to set up the alert, and then it will have as a title invalid data, and then use a quick message here. Your input is invalid. Please enter a valid phone number. Alright. So now I'm setting up that alert. Like, hey, that's not the right information. You have to put an acceptable information here. And I'm gonna hit OK. Perfect. So now we have a format. Now we have validations overall. So with that way we're sure that whatever data comes in then is a valid data. So let's go ahead and create a third record here. This is going to be for Jane. Oh, Joe. Well, that's fine. Joanne. Uh, Whatever. Joanne Lee. And then probably Joanne Lee would say we'll want to put the one first, and then, but we don't want the one. So you can see there, well, it actually did not took the validation. So we want to make sure that validation it's consistent everywhere here. So I'm gonna select all. Then let's look up on that validation one more time. Data validation. All right, so if I want to extend the validation, absolutely. Perfect. Then hit OK. Awesome. So now guess what? In here we got this one selected because basically it says data validation error. So this is another way to get it done even if you already had it. So let's say the cheats instead put the plus in 1, which is another way we have seen it. So there we go. Now we have it working properly. So it says your input is invalid. Please enter a valid phone number. So later we can tweak it. So like I said, this file we're gonna keep working on it to make it even better. So as of today, all I wanted to do is use the basic, which it was create a table, um, format a set of cells, and set up a data validation. All right. So if I hit cancel, I mean I can hit retry to fix it. If I hit cancel, it'll just remove all the content on that cell. So I want to just hit retry so I can fix it. And then on retry, then let's take out the plus. Let's take out the plus and then the 1, and then I still get the same message because that's not valid. So let's get rid of that one. And there we go. Now we have it right there, and it is all good. All right. So let me go ahead and save this file so we can refer to it later. And then this file is going to be called contact list sample, because we're going to do a few things here. All right. And then this, I might wanna maybe create a folder. I'm not gonna, well, let me open this up. I'm gonna just go ahead and create a folder for it, and then maybe new folder, PAW, productivity at work, Excel, contact list. I mean, I do a lot of programming, so that's why you can see that I always put everything all together, because that's basically the way we usually avoid spaces in between. So yeah, there you have it. That's how we can create that and get it there. So basically, I did not even finish. Just save this. Let me save this. And yep, now I'm saving it. I was actually saving. Anyway, yeah, that's all for now. So as you saw there, working with Excel is a little bit tricky, but there you have it. It's not impossible. We can always do some work in Excel. Before leaving, I want to make sure that you all are aware that you can always contact us. And then basically, if you want us to talk about anything in specific, feel free to let us know. So Basically, you can go to our website just to get more information about us. You can contact us on 817-MWPRDEV. That will be 817-697-7338. And you can call, you can send a text message. You can also use WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp for business, so you can just use your WhatsApp and contact us, and then you can send us an email at admin@nwprdev.com, and then that way you can contact us if there's something you want us to mention in this videos that probably we haven't done it before. Just feel free to ask for it, and we'll get it, and we'll make it, and we'll do it. At the end of the day, all these videos are meant to help all of you out, right? So, yeah, it'll be until the next time.